Chad Hunt.
World Series. Was that a win for Major League Baseball? Some people say it was some of the best games in the history of baseball, with the best player in the history of baseball.
It's a great
What do
series.
you guys think?
Great
what do you guys
series.
think?
Ever.
Great series.
Great series.
Definitely the best one.
Ty, you think it was the best ever? Ty?
Probably
Great
the best
series.
one I ever recall
It's
seeing.
right up there with the Minnesota Game 7. But to me, what made it different is that game was 0-0 or 1-1 going into it went 10 innings when our boy won that one from Minnesota. This one, the pageantry,
Yes, sir.
the fact that you had, because it's one thing to sit there and have a game where pitchers are killing and you're not scoring. But to have to get a home run in the ninth inning to tie it up with 2 outs,
Right.
to go another 2, I mean, a 6-5 as opposed to a 1-0. It's just a different game. And then you had runners on base. You know what I mean? And the plays that were made between it was different in that way. You got a pitcher who came back from, pitching 7 innings the day before, coming in, and it wasn't like he was on his game because they hit him.
95 pitches.
He hit him. I mean, he was wild and everything. I mean, so it just had so much to it to where you didn't. I've never seen anything from an action. I've seen pitchers come in and shut people down for 9, 10 innings, but not Ohtani giving up 3 in the 3rd inning, then coming back. I mean, that's the nuance of this game that was different than anything we've seen before. It wasn't a pretty game. It was an exciting game. Your boy running in the outfield. I mean, he thought he had the ball. He ran him over and took. I mean, think how ugly that could have got. I mean, the throw from the second baseman home, foot came off the base. I mean, it was so many little things in that game.
Plays. And it just wasn't one game. It was multiple games where you had that.
Yeah.
All right, Hump. What's your breakdown, dude?
Game 6.
Here, Ty and Hump. Go ahead, Hump. Break it down, Hump.
I think Ty jumped in on. I mean, he pointed out it's like you remember World Series games, but this is a series that you will remember. You're going to remember 18-inning games. You're going to remember a double play to end Game 6 to take it to Game 7. You're going to remember, the plays that were made in Game 7. That you're going to remember the stupid stuff like IKF being on third base, bottom of the ninth, with a chance to score at home, not taking a lead off a third. Not taking a secondary lead when the pitcher pitches, sliding foot first. That nanosecond was the difference between them winning the World Series and losing, going another inning and losing, and them losing. It was, bar none, game for game, one of the best World Series that I ever seen. The best World Series I've ever seen. And I think as we continue to look at it in years to come, I hope we have some more of those. But I think in years to come, as people start to break down each of those games throughout the series, they're going to have a hard time matching them up against anything. And I will say this about the MLB. They are riding very high on a very well-viewed series, and they better not mess it up by the collective bargaining agreement that's coming up next year. Because they have a chance to take this thing and really take it to the next level and get people watching again. They already got the eyes. But they mess around and make the players striking, they're gonna lose everybody like they did the last time.
Are y'all sons watching it? Because my son's watching it.
No.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Do you think that they need a salary cap? Do you think they need a salary cap in MLB?
I don't know if they need a cap, but I think they need more of a luxury tax. I think they need a very healthy luxury tax.
Yeah,
I think teams ought to be able to, if they can create the market, I'm okay with that. But you got to penalize them and make it spread out across the teams.
The thing I always think about that is it's hard to argue for a salary cap. I was thinking about this recently, right? The sport with the salary cap is the one who keeps repeating as champion.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA and Major League Baseball, before the Dodgers just repeated, it had been what? How many years since they were champions? 30 years.
20-some years. The Yankees. Not the Yankees.
And
it was Yankees and then the Blue Jays actually repeated in 92, 93 with the
I think OKC is the 8th year in a row they had a new champion, something like that, right? So the NBA new champion almost every year, right? Whereas the Kansas City Chiefs keep finding earning the Super Bowl. They've been in the Super Bowl for like what 5-6 years in a row, whatever it is, or how many times. So I used to think a salary cap was the play, P, but I'm just not. It's not buying. Hadn't bought the Yankees a championship in a while, right?
Well,
The Red Sox.
Well, you got to buy the right players now.
That's right. That's right. Because the Dodgers almost
listen. I read a stat. Well,
no,
it's interesting that you say that about buying the right players because.
Go ahead.
Oh, is that me? Oh, my bad, Hump. I was going to say the same thing. They were talking about Game 7, and they were talking about the pitchers for the Dodgers, and literally, we had $1.6 billion on the mound on Game 7 between Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Snell. 1.6 billion. And I think the thing that really made that game so special and amazing was there are a lot of people that talk about, the best team that money can buy. And from A to Z, even Mookie Betts, who had a shit series from an offensive standpoint, right? He still, when it was time defensively to do what he needed to do, Freeman, Betts, and Muncy, Snell, Ohtani. It was like Murderer's Row, like from the Yankees back in the day. And they came to play when the lights were the brightest. They came to show why they make all that money. So, I mean, it was I
will say that. I was a little disappointed.
Were you?
Snell. He looked like he the moment in the World Series, because he pitched two games that were questionable in the World Series. He looked good in the league championship, but in the World Series, his game was off.
Well, I mean, as long as he kept him in the game, that's all I was worried about.
Yeah.
I was more disappointed with Ohtani.
I would say
from the pitching standpoint.
Time out. Hold on a second. What? You did point to Ohtani. In which game?
What's that?
The last one when he gave up the 3. But when I say disappointed,
first of all, he never should have came in.
He's Superman. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. But I said he is the Japanese Superman.
No, but no, what I'm saying is I sent a text out to everybody. I said 2 innings and he should have been done. I agree. He didn't have a regular rotation. Right. He started the game. He got him out of 3 days. He never should have came in that 3rd inning. That was the coach trying to squeeze way too much. It wasn't like he was stellar those first 2 innings.
And say what you want about Dave Roberts. Every button he pushed, because when Yamamoto hit the guy, remember when he hit the batter in the 9th or in the 7th game, he hit the batter, and I was like, he needs to go. He needs to bring in Sasaki, like bring in the closer now, and he kept, and he got the last out, and I was like, are you kidding me?
So all we're talking about right now points back to the one thing that I said they almost misspent their money is they didn't have that middle to closer, because that almost cost them too many games in the series. And I promise you, as they're they're building their roster next year, they're figuring out how to get that bullpen beefed up.
We're looking for a middle reliever. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So quick question from a non-baseball fan. I've heard people say this, is Ohtani the best player ever?
Yes. Yes. Well, listen, the sample size is, I think, big enough to say it. But you're not, he's like Wemby. He's like Wemby. Like he is a unicorn right now. There's nobody. I mean, when you walk in him to walk the base, I mean, man can't even get a pitch ever. And they call him for before he step out the dugout. Like, we can't pitch to him. I mean, he was by far the biggest star in this whole thing. And I don't know. I mean, because I'm a Dodger fan and have been a Dodger fan forever. I watched him when he was at the Angels and was like, man, if we do not go get that guy, Magic Johnson need to make a phone call. We got to get him. He's amazing. And you can't put your finger on it. Everything he does, And I didn't know what kind of player he was going to be. Remember, when we got him, his elbow was messed up. He didn't even pitch that first year, right? Because he had Tommy John. So they didn't know what kind of pitcher they were going to get. We didn't know if he was going to have it when he came back. He's throwing 9,800 miles an hour. Man is amazing. I mean, usually, what they say with Tommy John surgery, it takes about a year for you to get comfortable again, to do all your pitches or something like that. But he's a beast. So I'm going to say yes. Now, you can disagree with me if you want,
We're all in our 50s, and we may live, if we double and live another 50 years, and we're so fortunate, we may do that and never see another 3 home run, 10 strikeout game.
Ever.
Yeah. I think that, like, we've all seen clutch hitters. We've seen pitchers avoid clutch hitters. We've seen folks who have performed in the field. We've seen great pitching. But I have got to say that Ohtani is the most complete player in every facet of the game that we've ever seen. Even when the guy wasn't pitching, he was a different. I mean, he wasn't all world, he wasn't Gold Glove, but he was a very solid defensive player. And now you put him on the mound, and he has the ability to go up there and prevent the other team from scoring. He has the ability to dominate the game from both the mound, from the bump, as well as from the batter's box. We ain't never seen nobody like that. And well, I don't know that we'll ever see anybody else. Definitely won't see anybody like that from American baseball. If anybody else comes through like that, it would be coming from Asia, Japan, Korea, that area. But because they train different over there.
Yeah.
Had a chance, just a side note, man, had a chance to ride a train in South Korea and looked over and saw schools that were baseball schools. I mean, you could see the kids coming back and forth to class, but the school was built around the baseball field.
Wow.
Right? So that's what they do.
IMG Academy, right?
Yeah, it's what they do 8 hours out the day, and school is built into it. It's crazy.
Wow. All right, perfect. So it looks like Major League Baseball's sitting pretty at this point.
Okay, hey, P, one more thing, just for the
Sure.
guys, like, what is the comp to 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs in the other sports? I mean,
There isn't
I
one.
don't know. There isn't one, right?
There isn't one.
Playing both ways, getting 3 picks and 3 touchdowns, baby.
Yeah, right. You be playing what, like quarterback and middle linebacker?
What about a quadruple?
Right?
There you go. I like that one. Quarterback and middle. Exactly. You got to make that kind of impact on both sides of the ball. The man has 3 MVPs already. I mean, imagine if he just played one position. Look what he did when he had to sit out because he couldn't pitch last year.
Right.
So you saw how his batting elevated. So if he was just a pitcher, I mean, that's the thing about. I mean, think about during that game, he had just had to hit a line drive, had to wait a little while to get his breath back, so he can come out and warm up. I mean, you can't equate it to anything because you've never seen it. It's like it's the unicorn. It's crazy. You know how much.
And you know what? The one thing he didn't do that I was surprised, he didn't try to steal a base. And the man had 50 and 50 the year before.
Well, he did.
Nobody's ever done that.
He got thrown out.
One game he stole one, but he came up.
Did he get one?
Right?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he beat the throw, but his foot came off.
Oh yeah, but momentum took him off the base.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy, and the dude is huge. They said, I mean, you saw him next to Magic. You know how big Magic is.
Right.
So when y'all saw him stand next to Magic, you said, "Wait a minute, this cat," and that's what everybody said. Is that they couldn't believe how big this dude was when you saw him in person. I mean, he's a freak, man. He can get the MVP every year, and you couldn't argue with it.
Good.
It's a couple of giants in baseball. Isn't it Aaron Judge and a couple of guys from the Yankees are massive guys
6,
like
7.
that?
Oh
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why I'm amazed that Judge plays in the outfield as big as he is. But he loves to play.
Yeah.
But like you say, they let him play in high school, in college, and they didn't put him in a box like you said with Wemby. If you let them play, these guys can play. You hear the story all the time, you know, about these athletes, and that's why they were so good with the ball. What's your boy's name with the unibrow? Now, they talked about how good of a guard he was. You know,
Yeah, because he
trying to
grew
forget his
10
name,
inches.
but
He threw 10 inches in a year.
in 1 year.
Yeah.
So
Anthony
that's So that's kind of like a guy. You know what I was about to say, Ty. I was just gonna throw it in just because, you know. You know what I was gonna say, right? It's like a guy riding either way.